Armstrong World Industries is a global leader in the design and manufacturing of floors, ceilings and cabinets. The Pennsylvania-based company has 33 plants that employ 9,300 employees worldwide. I sat down with the CEO of this Fortune 500 company, Matt ESPE, and asked him whether the U.S. housing market has finally turned the corner.
We're cautiously optimistic about residential construction in the U.S. And like you said, I think we bounced off the bottom. We expect to see about 740 to 750,000 starts this year. So we started to see some strength at the end of last year, and we continue to see it this year.
Where are you seeing growth in the U.S. housing market? Where in the country are you seeing the most demand for your products?
You know, it's a great question because the recovery is a little spotty. So there are areas of the country like the Bay Area, Texas, that are relatively strong. Parts of the country, the Midwest, southern Florida tend to be weak. We're seeing about 10 to 12% growth in single-family homes, and about 20% growth in multifamily homes.
Now, with regards to commercial construction, what's your outlook and prognosis there? Different
story. So we are a little pessimistic on commercial construction in the U.S. When we came into 2012, the outlook for our segments was down 3%, and that was sort of the industry outlook. That got revised downward to down 8%. So the commercial market's gotten tougher for us.
What do you think is the greatest challenge to the company and to the U.S. economy right now?
Well, I think, you know, the reason a company exists for 150 years, its ability to adapt to change. I mean, we were a cork company when we first started in the 1860s. So I think this, you know, the secret behind our long-term success is ability to predict changes in the environment and adapt to them. We'll continue to do that as we expand overseas and take advantage of emerging markets. The outlook for the U.S. economy is tough to call. I think it's going to continue to be challenging. Irrespective of the economy, we think we're in a great position to take advantage of it.
Armstrong has been expanding very significantly into Asia and China. About 10% of Armstrong business is in Asia right now. So what is your strategy for growth in the Asian market?
We've been in Asia for 15 to 20 years. We've had very strong teams in Australia, in India, in China. We've built a nice share position in those markets. What we want to do is take advantage more strategically of the growth opportunities. So we've expanded our headcount to drive more specifications, so we're spending more time with architects and designers to specify our flooring and ceiling products. And of course, we're building 3 new plants in China for Asian demand.
What would you say are the biggest challenges you're seeing in the Chinese market specifically?
Well, there's really 3. I mean, the first is just our ability to cover all the opportunities. So get in front of the architectural and design firms in the community to write more specifications. The second is dealing with a little bit softer commercial office segment, so we're seeing a little pressure there. And the third is counterfeiting. I mean, we've spent years building a quality brand. Our brand in China is synonymous with quality. That makes us a pretty big target for counterfeiters. We are pursuing the counterfeiters aggressively. We respect Chinese law, and we want to protect our rights.
Have you had a lot of cooperation with the Chinese authority in tackling this problem?
We're very happy with the support we've had with the Chinese authorities.
Now, the building and construction market in China has been double-digit in the last 10 years. You guys have taken advantage of that. But there has been a decrease in the rate of growth in China overall. How has that affected you?
We've seen it primarily in commercial office space. And again, about 80% of our ceilings business in China is linked to commercial office. So that's where we've experienced most of the softness. At the same time, we've seen sustained and pretty excitable growth in healthcare and education. That's driving our flooring business.
Now, Armstrong has been strongly focused on sustainability for over 150 years, given your reliance on natural resources with a big emphasis on being able to recycle some of your materials.
Right.
How has the emphasis on sustainability worked out in a country like China?
You know, it's an emerging opportunity for us. We participate in the Green Buildings Council in China, and we're really we believe, helping to drive specifications and standards around sustainability. Like, as you pointed out, I mean, we've been committed to it here forever. We've recycled over 1 million square feet of ceiling tiles in the U.S. So we'll collect ceiling tiles and recycle them into existing product here. We want to get to that same level of sustainability in China, really any of the emerging markets.